morning, everyone. Just bear with us. We have no heat in here, so I would like you all to think about a nice hot serving of matzo ball soup. Sending joy and welcome and gratitude to you. Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Staten Island for our Passover service. In this adapted ritual, we offer elements this morning in honor and respect of the Passover Seder meal. We join generations before us and come together in community, solidarity, and remembrance. As a pluralistic, open religious tradition, we honor the heritage and rituals of varied wisdom traditions, the unique practice of interreligious families, and learn from creative reimaginers of religion, and humbly seek to learn and wrestle with questions of justice, identity, and liberation. I'll ask you to please silence your phones, and I'll ask Mike Stein to please come up on the stage. We have a chair for you. As the Passover Haggadah for a Unitarian Universalist Seder reads, the more freedom we attain, the more we must help others attain freedom. My opening words today are from a poem that I wrote recently called Another War. Bombs falling down, gas prices going up, school children dead, metal caskets coming to Dover. What are we doing? Our dear leader has been led by the nose, by the Zionist cabal that has put a target on the backs of every Jewish person. Forever wars continue, billions spent that could be used for us. Aren't we sick of this yet? The lies and stupidity surround us, and there is no place to go. In a moment of horrific violence and war across the Holy Lands, from Gaza to Iran, from Lebanon to Israel, let us consider lessons from the Passover Haggadah, from Jewish Voice for Peace, the Unitarian Universalists for Jewish Awareness, and Humanistic Judaism as we encounter the holy days and its challenge for us to change for the better. May it be so. I turn over our chalice lighting to Joanna.
Lighting the chalice is a symbol of our Unitarian faith, a reminder of hope in hard times. This morning, we light our chalice to call to mind our hopes and aspirations for liberation and justice from Palestine to Australia, from Ukraine to Sudan. We also recall the violence pervasive in our world, even in these days and nights of gathering and remembrance. We light these next 3 candles to honor the lives of 3 individuals killed by police brutality. For the lives of Gabriel Vicendani Soto, for Deverio Edwards, and for Deshaun Best. We reaffirm our commitment to the movement that Black Lives Matter. Finally, we light a single candle for all those victims of war, especially across West Asia and the Middle East. May we find a way to live in peace. Would you join me in unison affirmation printed in your order of service? In the search for truth and the spirit of love, we unite in worship and fellowship.
As the Passover Haggadah for Unitarian Universalist Seder reads, we are here because the struggle for human freedom never stops. We are here to remember all people who are still struggling for their freedom. As we feel how wonderful and important it is for diverse peoples to come together, let us recite and then sing the words of Hine Matov. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for people to dwell together in unity. So open your gray hymnal to 392, Hine Matov.
Let's stand. We're going to practice our Hebrew. No, I need to stand. $392. Hina batovu manoyin sheva ethem gam
Hinamato Vumanayim Sheva Ahem Gom Yapad Hinamato Sheva Sabem Gam Yapad Hinamato Sheva Ahem Gam Yapad Hinamato Vumanayim Shevet Ahim Gam Yabad.
We're not going to have a joys and sorrows segment. However, I do want to just bring to your attention a joy and a sorrow. The sorrow, I want you to all keep in your hearts thoughts of Randy Leeson, who's in the hospital. He was operated on, and we hope to have him back soon. If you're into prayer, that would be wonderful. So please keep him there, and we're thinking of him. For the joy, the No Kings March yesterday was a success, and I want to thank the Unitarian Church's Social Justice Committee for a wonderful job that they did in helping to put this together. Bravos to you. And so we will continue on. Mike has the first reading.
This is from the Jewish Voices for Peace Haggadah. Take a deep breath. You have made it here to the Seder, to this consecrated place, where we will tell and tell again stories of liberation and justice being built. Take a deep breath. You have made it through a year of struggle, of solidarity, of heartbreak. You have bravely crossed the sea. Take a deep breath. We give, even as we give thanks for the gift of being together at this time, we take a moment of silence in memory of those we have lost in the past year, since we last sat at Passover table together. They may be family or personal loved ones. They may be people who were killed by state-sponsored violence. There may be people who died in the cause of liberation. We invite you to call to mind those you remember. Say aloud their name and hold their name close in your hearts. May the memory of these righteous be a blessing and a reminder of why we gather together to organize, to co-resist, to demand justice. We will now hold 4 minutes of silence in remembrance.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu liftoch zadek. Blessed is the source who shows us path to holiness and commands us to pursue justice. Joanna.
Second reading from the Jewish Voices for Peace Haggadah 5875. Life as we know it on this planet exists because of a few inches of topsoil and reservoirs of fresh water. In our ancestors' days, deforestation created massive soil loss and drought that upended empires and civilizations. Some anthropologists believe the story of the expulsion from Eden is a cultural memory of the devastation that happened when land was first clear-cut to grow wheat and barley, when an Eden gave way to floods, drought, and cyclical starvation.
In our day, in our empire, commercial agriculture is decimating topsoil. Staggeringly large and inappropriate development is draining and salinizing fresh water. Fossil fuel extraction is so vast, it is causing tectonic shifts. Polar ice is melting so quickly that time itself could change on this planet, and both land and water are being poisoned. Permafrost is melting, our continents are on fire, animals are being driven by need into human areas, and COVID-19 is just the first huge global pressure we are going to be facing.
And so on this night, different from other nights, we dip parsley, child of the razor-thin layer of topsoil, into salt water. This is not only for the sweat and tears of our ancestors in Pittari, but also to know the taste of Gaza's drained and destroyed aquifer, filling now with salt water. Gaza, we will never forget you. We will never forsake you. We will never stop fighting for you until all of your people live safe and free.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri ha'adama. Blessed is the one who sustains all life and brings forth fruits from the earth. The Yachatz, breaking the middle matzah from the Jewish Voices for Peace Haggadah. This Pesach, when you come to Yachatz, what else is there to break? Our hearts are shattered, our worlds torn, our faith and hope in pieces on the floor. We have witnessed so much death and destruction. We feel powerless. It continues, the violence goes on. We break and our broken pieces break. We crumble. This Pesach, when we come to Yachatz, we can break with intention. To break what needs to be broken, we break the silence every day. We break through the thick layer of complacency. We break through all that keeps us frozen in fear inside of us, and all that keeps us separate, and all that comes between us. May this moment of ritual be a time of creative, visionary, revolutionary breaking.
You're invited to take the middle matzah, break it in half. One half becomes the afikomen, we hide it away. We later search for what remains. With the first half, this year you are invited to break it again, in half again, and again. The systems of empire and domination that tell us to proceed as if nothing is wrong, we break their spell over us. The ideologies and oppressive institutions that want us to stay asleep, we break them. We break down the stories limiting what is possible. We let them crumble. We offer them to the earth. We break what needs to be broken until all are free.
Third reading, Magid, telling of the story from the Jewish Voices for Peace, Haggadah, Your Child Will Ask, by Rabbi Brandt Rosen. Your child will ask, why do we observe this festival? And you will answer, it is because of what God did for us when we were set free from the land of Egypt. Your child will ask, were we set free from the land of Egypt that we might hold tightly to the pain of our enslavement with a mighty hand? And you will answer, we were set free from Egypt so that we might release our pain by reaching with an outstretched arm to all who struggle for freedom. Your child will ask, were we set free from the land of Egypt because we are God's chosen people? And you will answer, we were set free from the land of Egypt so that we will finally come to learn all who are oppressed are God's chosen. Your child will ask, were we set free from the land of Egypt that we might conquer and settle a land inhabited by others? And you will answer, we were set free from the land of Egypt that we might open wide the doors to proclaim,
let all who are dispossessed return home. Let all who wander find welcome at the table. Let all who hunger for liberation come and eat. Now turn to number 416 in your gray hymnal for Hivenu Shalom Aleichem.
And it's actually 450. 450.
Please rise and sing with enthusiasm. Hevenu shalom aleichem, Hevenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom aleichem, Havenu shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem. A brief appeal from those with less than perfect vision. I forgot my reading glasses. I borrowed David's, but they're not quite the right. If anyone has any extra reading glasses, preferably 1.5 power, otherwise you're really going to suffer in the next song. Oh well, I'll give it my best. Nearsighted, but correcting for contacts and reading glasses. Life is complicated.
A fourth reading, Manishtana, the 4 questions from the Freedom for All Seder. The Freedom for All Seders across the world are an initiative of Na'amod from the United Kingdom, if not now from the USA, Freedom from All from Zurich Group in Switzerland, Laboratorio Ebrejo Antirracista, Italy, and Jews for Racial and Economic Justice in New York City, and all that's left from Israel and Palestine. Joanna and I will be doing this together. Ma nishtana ha'ela hazeh mikol ha'elot.
How is this night different from all other nights?
Shebeko halelot anu ochlim kometzu matzah, kometzu matzah, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh kulo matzah, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh kulo matzah.
On all other nights we eat hametz, leavened foods, and matzah. Why on this night only matzah?
Shebeko Hallelujah Oklin Shayokot Shayokot Halayla Hazeh Halayla Hazeh Halayla Hazeh Moror Halayla Hazeh Halayla Hazeh Halayla Hazeh Moror.
On all other nights we eat all vegetables. Why on this night, maror, bitter herbs?
Shebeko Hallelujah Ani Madbilina Fil Pamechot Filu Pamechot Halayla Hazeh Shetefanim Halayla Hazeh Halayla Hazeh Halayla Hazeh Shetefamim.
On all other nights we don't dip even once. Why on this night do we dip twice?
Shebeko Hallelujah Oklin Ben Yoshvinu Vein Sumrin Shevinu Vein Musambin Halayla Hazeh Kulanu Susubim Halayla Hazeh Kulanu Emsubim.
On all other nights we eat either sitting upright or reclining. Why on this night do we all recline?
Why is this night different from all other nights? What 4 questions do we have to ask ourselves? To ask each other, how can asking questions change society, change the world? Asking questions, a very Jewish activity indeed. Remind us not to take for granted as they are, things as they are. Instead, what if we asked about how things could be? What world could we create if we asked why so many of us, excuse me, it's hard when we have gloves on, come to believe that to be free, we must destroy others' freedom. What world could we create if we transformed our questions into ways of being, ways of relating, and ways of moving the world? What world could we create if we wondered aloud about who is truly welcome at our tables, who is missing, and why? What world could we create with just 4 questions? We have a song.
Ooh.
Yep. Dayenu. I think you all got a printout when you walked in, I hope.
Take a quick look. 2 pages, front and back. The first verse is on the front page. The bottom line on the front page is the refrain. So once we sing that, then the bottom of the second page, see verse 2 and verse 3. Each of those are followed by the refrain again. So you'll figure it out. I got to try to figure out the words. Hila lota tova tova, hila hota tova tova, hila do reyanu, deyanu, 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 dedoyenu, dadoyenu, dayanu, danu do. Ikan sana natan ledu, natan ludu intosab, natan ledu dayato. Ya yeno, da 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 yeno. Iga nasen naten lutu guten laten elahara naten laten alagora deyayu yenu da yenu yenu da yenu yenu yenu. Hey, pretty good.
From the Passover Haggadah for Unitarian Universalist Seder. If we were delivered from bondage while others remain enslaved, could we say Dayenu? If we could be at peace while others died in war, could we say Dayenu? If we were born to prosper while others were born to poverty, could we say Dayenu? If we alone were chosen while others were forgotten, could we say Dayenu? If we had enough to eat while others starved, could we say Dayenu? If our houses were safe while others lived in fear, could we say Dayenu? If we had a place we belonged while others were far from home, could we say Dayenu?
In the same spirit, our celebration today is also shadowed by our awareness of continuing sorrow and oppression in all parts of the world. Ancient plagues are mirrored in modern tragedies. In our own time, ordinary people suffer and die as a result of the tyrants who rule over them. While we may rejoice in the defeat of tyrants, we must also express our sorrow at the suffering of so many people. As the pain of others diminish our joys, let us once more diminish our ceremonial drink as we together recite the names of modern plagues.
Hunger,
War,
Tyranny,
Greed,
bigotry,
injustice,
poverty,
ignorance,
pollution of the earth,
indifference to suffering.
Let us strive to fulfill the words of the prophet Micah. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war. But they shall sit every one under their vines and fig trees, and none shall make them afraid. The offertory music now is Klezmer Tunes by Barry Noodleman on clarinet.
We have, for a second, to say something. Sorry, 1 second, Valerie. Oh, what's going on here? Now is the time in our service where we take an offering. We know it's the gifts of all of us that help support our abilities to thrive and gather. For those attending in person, we'll pass a collection plate. If your offering is part of your pledge or as a donation, please use the envelope you'll find in the pew. Include your name so we can properly record that. For those online, links and instructions will be posted in the chat. You can mail us a check or donate through the PayPal giving page on our website. Please give us generously as you can. Our offerings will be greatly received. And now, Barry will take over. Turn your gray hymnal for number 399, Vine and Fig Tree.
We've sung this many times before, so stand up and sing out. 399. And everyone neath a vine and fig tree shall live in peace and unafraid. And everyone neath a vine and fig tree shall live in peace and unafraid. And into plowshares turn their swords, nations shall learn war no more. and into plowshares turn their swords. Nations shall long pardon, and every one neath a vine and fig tree shall live in peace and unafraid.
Dedication of the offering. Together.
May these gifts and the work of our hands and hearts give power to all we stand for as a community of faith.
This is from a Humanistic Haggadah for Passover. This is a cup of hope. The Seder tradition involves pouring a cup for the Hebrew prophet Elijah. For millennia, Jews opened the doors for him, inviting him to join their Seders, hoping that he would bring with him a Messiah to save the world. Yet the tasks of saving the world, once ascribed to prophets, messiahs, and gods, must now be taken up by us mere mortals, by common people with shared goals. Working together for progressive change, we can bring about the improvement of the world. Tikkun Olam, for justice and for peace, we can and we must.
Blessings over Organizing by Shelby Handler. Blessed are we, betrayers of all counterfeit kinships, whose estrangement moves us toward an ancient and urgent togetherness. May we organize our ghosts to join us in the streets. May we wrench our shimmering multiplicities from the maw of militarism. May new homes be formed between our marching shoulders, and may we bless the signal threads and the spoke councils and care teams. May bless the interest form, the QR code, the recruitment spreadsheet with its infinite containers brimming with affinities that never existed until now. Bless all the sacred architectures we craft to catch our people, how our efforts stretch across time and space to weave a place for our folks to land in. Bless all the mundane work it takes for us to be dangerous together. Bless calling our friends and family to ask, do you want to get involved? Bless what we really mean. Do you want to build a new world together? Do you want to build a new us together? Bless how we refuse to leave the sterile offices of those who could stop a genocide but are choosing not to. Bless the children and grandchildren of refugees scaling the walls of warships to stop weapons from leaving the port. Bless how we link arms and lock ourselves to buildings to forge a chain that pulls us closer to the world we need. May we win real safety this time. May we create new kinships along the way, kinships that can outlast all forms of supremacy. May we reach a belonging our ancestors never got to have. And may we call out to those who are not yet with us. If your heart is broken, may the breakage be a doorway. There is a family waiting for you. It's called a movement.
From the Passover Haggadah for Unitarian Universalist Seder. History shows that life is ever-changing, and we must learn how to survive under all conditions. When we are persecuted, we must struggle for our own freedom. The more freedom we attain, the more we must help others attain freedom. This is the lesson of Passover. This is why we celebrate the festival of freedom. Let us now conclude our celebration of life, of freedom, and of peace by rising in body of spirit to sing a song of hope. Please turn to 146, Soon the Day Will Arrive.
This one may be a little less familiar, so Carolyn's going to play it all the way through. And then we'll sing it.
Soon the day will arrive when we will be together, and no longer will be here earthly. And the children will smile with the guarding weather in the day when the sounds will be peer. Wait and see what a world that can be, if we care, you and me. Wait and see what a world that can be, if you share, if we care, you and me. Some have dreamed, some have died, to make a bright tomorrow, and our rush to veins in our hearts. Blow the torch must be passed, and to hope and be sorrow, and a promise is made, a new start. Wait and see, when a world this can be, if we share, if we care, you and me. Wait and see what a world this can be, if we share, if we care, you and me.
Now we extinguish our chalice. Oh, join me. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. For these we carry in our hearts until we are together again. From the Jewish Voices for Peace Haggadah, there is a custom, upon completing the study of a book of Torah, to proclaim Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek, which translates as strength, and may we be strengthened. So too, may we be strengthened in ourselves and with each other in our remembering, activism, and solidarity, this year in liberation for all. Our postlude by Barry. Okay. And Barry, we want to thank you so much. Barry Needleman is from the Staten Island Philharmonic. And we thank you so much for adding to our service today. Thank you so much.